I expect the transplant has brought you good health and you're ready to enjoy every nice day with your family with optimism. I think of you a lot, even though we've never met. I can't express more gratitude to you all more. Once again, thank you. In letters, the donor's family and recipients express their care and gratitude genuinely. Why do we have to write letters? Now that transport facilities are so convenient, why don't they communicate face-to-face? That's because they don't know each other and they don't have each other's contact information. As a result of a double-blind principle of organ donation, namely, their information is closed and they're kept away from each other. Article 23 of the Human Organ Transplant Ordinance specifies that medical personnel engaged in human organ transplantation shall keep the personal information of donors, recipients, and patients supplied for transplantation confidential. Putting myself in the shoes of donor's family, I'd like to know whose body organ is it. How was it doing? And if I were a recipient, I felt I should say thanks face-to-face at least. Disclosing their information can give the recipients an opportunity to express gratitude and give the donor something to cherish. It satisfies both. Why not? Why double-blind principle? In fact, organ donation is not that simple. There are many harsh realities behind kindness. Unlike a simple mode of giving, accepting, and repaying of traditional gifts, organ donation is kind of human relations and society that requires involvement of multiple intermediate sectors to reconcile and go through a complex process of acquisition and distribution. Each step must be handled properly to ensure system running well, or it may create problems that are more complicated and complex than problems is to solve. The double-blind principle is there to help us avoid unnecessary troubles. Organ must strictly follow the principle of confidentiality so that rights of donor and recipient can be protected. As information is made public, money can find cracks to get it. One of donations is living donation, which means that a living donor can designate his or her organ for transplantation to an immediate family. Mu Rongyin had leukemia, but her brother Mu Yong had agreed to donate bone marrow for her without hesitation. Unfortunately, she got worse after transplantation and needed a second operation. However, Mu Yong's wife didn't agree to do a second bone marrow donation. After negotiations, Mu Rongyin's husband signed agreement that he'd have to pay a compensation of 900,000 yuan to Mu Yong after surgery. But a few months after second surgery, Mu Rongyin died, which affected the relationship between two families. Finally, they went to court. When organs in terms of money is not only an insult to donor, but also a challenge to human dignity. Ethical basis organ donation and transplantation is an altruistic tendency, and donors must be voluntary. Organ trade violates this original intent. Double-blind principle shields them from each other, making bargaining impossible, and organ transplantation cannot reduce to a business, which largely ensures the goodwill of donation and effectively protects the rights of a recipient. The tragedy Marine family is just a microcosm. The reality is brutal. The double-blind principle is to avoid the tragedy of one family expanding into two. According to my research, there are many more extreme instances without restrictions of double-blind policy, like forced donations. A leukemia patient was in unstable health condition after hematopoietic stem cell transplantation surgery. Not obtained good health, he somehow got the personal information of the donor and asked the donor on social media platforms for donations. The donor, despite out of authority, chose to donate again under enormous pressure and distress caused by personal information being made public. You may feel the recipient had gone too far. But how would you feel if it hadn't undergone second surgery and had died? There are cases where donors backtracked and refused to donate before surgery. In 2019, a 6-year-old girl in Guangzhou had 6 days of myeloablative chemotherapy as preparation for her bone marrow transplant, which destroyed her hematopoietic system. However, donor went back on donation before surgery. All of her efforts and all of her treatment costs were spent in vain, and she lost all hope of living. I'm so mad at this that I want to eat donor's head out, but I respect his right to do so. In China, human organ donation is voluntary, and donors have right to apply to specific institutions at any time to amend or cancel their registration. Organ donation is so sensitive, and life is so fragile. I have mixed feelings. All decisions about organ donation must be made voluntarily by donors, and we should respect them. That's exactly what double-blind principle guards. In addition, double blind principle effectively reduces the public opinion pressure on donor. Donating organs is something great. Some followers commenting that they've signed a consent to organ donation, which is really admirable. Today, everyone can openly express their opinion on WeMedia. The internet dominates and influences public opinion. The popularity of the internet has exposed organ transplantation to a wider and richer perspective of public opinion. Once Upon a Life, a Chinese documentary featured a donor who contributed to kidneys and liver, saving 3 lives. His family refused to be seen and were unwilling to carve his name on the Red Cross memorial, but they didn't know what others would say about that. Preserving the indignity of the body is a traditional Chinese concept, as Chinese believe that the body is a gift from parents, and they should cherish and protect it to show their respect and gratitude to the parents. Organ donation is not a personal decision, but a choice for a whole family, or even a affair of the society. So it's not an easy task to reach agreement on it, which involves family controversy and value variance. The double-blind principle releases psychological burden on donor. Though it looks cold, it protects warmth between people. The application of double-blind principle in China is flexible. If both the donor and recipient have a strong will to get to know each other, the staffs will make connection for them, which is a positive demonstration and is helpful to development of organ donation in China. Ye Sha's life closed at the age of 16. In their grave, his parents signed a consent for organ donation, which saved the lives of 7 people. In memory of Ye Sha and to encourage more people to participate in organ donation, Ye Sha's story was reported and got lots of attention. 5 recipients played in a team named Ye Sha in WCBA, making his basketball dream true. His experience was an exemption of the double-blind principle and set off a wave of organ donation in China, with more than 23,000 people volunteering to register for organ donation within 2 days after a report. In 2022, Zhou Hai, liver recipient of Ye Sha, passed away and donated his kidneys, helping 2 people get aside. Let's end with a recording.
虽然我和你们此生无缘相见，但请你们放心，我会珍惜有他在我眼睛里面的每一天。我看到的就是他看到的，我会带着他一起去看星空，看大海，一起去看这个美丽的世界。
Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy it.